Hello everyone, welcome to the second episode of the Drawing Challenge. This is a drawing proposed by Whitney after our first drawing challenge, and it's a character running or escaping from a dangerous creature. After I got this idea, I tried exploring ways to come up with the perspective of how I want the creature to look like and also how I want the theme to play out. I was planning on where to put my perspective, where to put my character, and where to put my creature so that it would look more threatening and more dramatic. And what I came up with was I wanted to paint the most dangerous situation that could ever happen. And I ended up having a way to play it so that it becomes a hiatus for the person watching the scene. What I tried to do was make the character have no chance of escaping or a little chance of escaping in the most biggest predicament the character could be in. So let's say a character exploring the sea and for some reasons we don't know nearly fell into the sea. As he was about to fall, he held on to the bars. And then this big creature out of nowhere jumped from the sea trying to capture this creature. This gives you a little bit of an idea of what I was thinking when I was painting this. I wanted the character to feel scared, terrified, and also having the willpower to escape from this dangerous creature, while the dangerous creature being happy to finally find a prey that he's gonna feed on. What I enjoyed the most about this drawing was doing it traditionally. This gave me a wide range of experience, and also I got to learn a lot more than if I did it traditionally. I did it digitally. Most of the time, when I do something traditionally, and when I start drawing, I tense up, but the more I go into it, I start to loosen up, and then my instinct take over. And I love that kind of experience when it happens because now it's like you don't know what you're doing, but every move that you make is made awesome, perfect. And once you're done and you look at it and you're like, how did I come up with this? I made a plan for this, but this wasn't what I was coming up with. I also got to practice my watercolor challenge, my watercolor painting. I usually go to pen drawing and pencil drawing, but this gave me the ability to paint traditionally and have more experience in color and color theory.
Hi guys, this is my version of the drawing challenge, a character running or escaping from a dangerous creature. Now, I apologize in advance for OBS because it kept cutting in the middle, so as a result, I couldn't get all the recording out, so my apologies. So the way I started this out was perspective. Considering it was a dangerous situation that the characters were being put in, I really wanted to show like the intensity of the situation, and I think Bright thought this too because he also thought about like perspective and how to exhibit like the seriousness or the dangerousness of the situation. So I really wanted to show him kind of like running or putting in a lot of effort to get away from the creature that was chasing him. Which is why I put him in the perspective of like his fist like being raised, because that's kind of like one of the key poses of like when you're running. The character I drew is actually one of my personal characters. His name is Malachi, and he lives in a world where humans and bugs have kind of collided to make a new subspecies. So the bugs aren't normal in this world, they're human sized. So he sees this giant spider and he just gets totally freaked out. I mean, what would you do if you saw a human spider? Exactly what he did. I also wanted to distort and skew the background a bit to cause a sense of dis-ease, because one thing I realized is that if you look at a picture when all the lines are straight and angular, it gives you a sense of like stability. But if something is off, you yourself feel uncomfortable. And that's what I tried to mimic in this piece by distorting the background and skewing it. The hardest thing for me to do in this piece was the perspective, because I don't really do a lot of perspective drawings. So I kept on having to like take a picture of myself in that same position and try to mimic it onto my character. One thing I really enjoyed about this piece was coloring it. I really like adding an element of like harsh light to a picture. I also think I have a predisposition to pick the color blue because so far a lot of my drawings have been kind of like a blue hue with a bold, like highly saturated color that stands out. So I think that's kind of a habit of mine. And that's the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching. Comment down below who you think won this challenge, and add in any suggestions for what you think the next challenge should be. If you like what you saw, subscribe so that you'll be updated for when we put our next episode up. See you guys next time. Bye!